Good evening and welcome to the comedy show. I'm Remotely Funny and we are here for episode 3 of quarantine and week 3000 of isolation. How are you all doing at home tonight? I hope you are keeping safe and well. I tell you what, it's starting to get to me, this whole thing, but that's why we're here, to keep you entertained. I don't know how you're doing, but I'm trying to do all the right things. I tell you what, this week it's been a real shift in attitude. I've taken up running again. Pretty much just around the back garden, lots, just back and forth. Eating really well. I've quit the grog. For those international viewers, that's alcohol in Australian. I've quit that, and I've been taking all the government health advice and the advice from our national leaders, as you should. So I hooked this pup, well, Wallace has hooked this up for me. And basically just, if I start to get a little tickle in the throat or a little sniffle, I just give that a couple of pumps and yeah, I can feel that working already. Is that right? It's actually a little bit, it's tight, it hurts a bit. It's fine. Yeah. No pain, no gain, hey? Sure, it can't hurt. So yeah, trying to do all the right things, and I'd encourage you to as well. Tonight on our show, we have an amazing lineup of performers from around Australia. We have some of Australia's biggest stars of television, stage, comedy, musical comedy, cabaret, and more. And I'm very excited about the show. I'll stop blabbering shortly because you're going to enjoy this one. Tonight, if you would like to support the Melbourne Comedy Festival Fund, as always, the link is below this video. Please support them. And of course, our performers, all the acts that appear on our show tonight, you can donate to their individual links below as well. Well, that's enough from me. You're going to have an amazing night for the next 30 minutes. I hope you enjoy. It's time for our first act. Yeah, is that actually supposed to be that tight? Okay. Well, our first performer tonight is a composer, musical director, and cheese enthusiast. I like her already. She is an incredibly talented human being and a wonderful person at that. Most recently, you could have seen her in the Broadway West End smash hit Six the Musical here in Australia on the Australian tour. She was the musical director and Tinkling the Ivories on that one. An incredible performer and artist, and tonight she's donated her time and skills and written an original song for us. This is about her friend Gavin, and it gives me absolute pleasure to introduce our first act for tonight, Claire Healy.
Hey friends, my name is Claire and I am so excited to see you all. Imagine that you're there. I've been in isolation for 4 weeks now, and that's a long time. But being in isolation is not so bad. I think I'm doing a pretty good job at it. I'm #ISO winning. Like last Monday, I went to the supermarket to get some essentials, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go crazy. So I went to the hair dye aisle and I thought, I'm just going to get whatever colour's on special. And now my hair's this colour, which I'm calling Shiraz Gin. And yeah, it's not a wig, that's a choice that I made. But I mean, being in ISO means that I get to do all sorts of things that I never thought that I would get to do. Like, I had a solo 2-hour dance party to the Centrelink hold music. Bucket list, tick, nail it. But it's not all roses being in ISO. When you've been alone for this long, sometimes your mind starts to play tricks on you. He watches, always waiting. His slack-jawed mouth is gaping under cold, unblinking eyes. He tries to hold his anger in, but it's obvious he's looking for sin as he plans for my demise. I don't want to know the nasty things he did, when all that stands between us is a flimsy plastic lid. Oh, Gavin, he's my goldfish. He's a bully, he's a cold fish. Can you hear that sound? That's Gavin. thrashing, thrashing, thrashing around. Now every time I open the door, there are puddles of water all over the floor. He never does it when in sight. Just when I think there can't be more, he's moving the pebbles. What the fuck for? It goes on into the night. He demonstrates destructive tendencies with his intolerance of tiny plastic trees. Oh, Gavin, he's my goldfish. His behaviour is asshole-ish. Can you hear that sound? That's Gavin. Thrashing, thrashing, thrashing around. Keeps up with pescatarian tendencies. He lives a life of aquarium infamy. Should I just save myself and make homegrown sushi? Oh no, Gavin, now we're in too deep. I can feel his eyes as he watches me sleep. But how can this violence beckon when he can only remember the last 7 seconds? Oh, Gavin, he's my goldfish. We estimate he's oldish. Can you hear that sound? That's Gavin. Thrashing, thrashing, thrashing around. Oh, Gavin, oh, he breaks the midnight silence with frequent bouts of fishy violence. But how can his mind be that sharp when he's just a tiny, shiny, slimy car? I need a quarantini.
Thank you so much, Claire, for joining us on the show and giving us your performance of Gavin. Well, tonight we have decided to bring back one of our original guests from episode 1. He has sent in another video for us and we thought we'd like to share it with you. This one comes from Tom Overend, who in episode 1 gave us one of his isolation vlogs, and this is part 2 from Tom Overend.
Hey guys, Lonely Tom here. Still alone, but it's good to have an excuse now. I had a lot of spare time to put some of my thoughts into words, so I've written this poem and I thought I'd read it to you. The name of this poem is Too Many Spider-Men. There are too many Spider-Men. Why are there so many Spider-Men? How am I to keep up with all the Spider-Men? There are too many Spider-Men. In simpler times, there was just one Spider-Man, and we all knew his name. Toby the Spider-Man. But through each passing year, as time's constriction squeezes from me my youth and withers my clarity, someone adds another Spider-Man, and I become more lost, more confused, and more alone. And I am no longer able to love the Spider-Man. It's the same thing that happened with the Sugar Babes. The end.
No, I'm really starting to feel quite unwell now. Oh. Well, thank you, Tom, so much for sending in part 2 of your vlog. That was some inspirational and heartwarming stuff. Now it's time for a word from our sponsor for this week, and I use the term sponsor very loosely because they've provided us with no financial incentive. They've simply asked us to run this ad, and we thought, why not? Because we don't even trust the authenticity of it. It just looked funny. So this one comes from Lucas Heil of the Melbourne Comedy Group Birthday Loyalty Club. Let's take a look. I've got to take it out.
Hi, my name is Joe Jonas Brothers, and I'm not ashamed to say that my wife has narcolepsy. She falls asleep all the time, but I still love her so much. So much so, I named my restaurant after her. So come on down to my narcoleptic wife. Now closed on Cheap Tuesday. Boy, things sure have changed since the 90s, huh? Look at that tight, youthful skin. That's right, it's me, Joseph Jonas Brothers, and 25 years on, our restaurant's still kicking like clockwork. You heard me right. Despite the COVID-19 rules requiring restaurants to close, my narcoleptic wife is still open to the public. Shh, don't tell the cops. Well, we all make mistakes, and that's my one. Hi, it's me again, Joseph Jonas Brothers, and I'm here to confirm to any law enforcement agencies watching that my narcoleptic wife is no longer open for people to dine in. But that's not all that's happened since the last ad that we ran. Since the last ad, my wife's been in the hospital, having our baby. And guess what else now delivers? My narcoleptic wife, as in the restaurant. Just send your order and your address to mynarcolepticwife8@gmail.com. I'll check the emails at 3 p.m. every day to make sure that we can have my narcoleptic wife piping hot on your doorstep between 5 and 6 p.m. that evening. That's my narcoleptic wife, the temporarily delivery-only restaurant, not to be confused with my actual post-delivery narcoleptic wife, who will be at home at that point in time with our child, probably asleep. Not the child. The child will be awake and screaming. But my narcoleptic wife is prone to falling asleep, you see. So, hey, the last 60 years of my narcoleptic wife sure are a roller coaster to look back on. Hi, it's me, Joe Jonas Brothers Jr. That's right, the baby is me! After Child Protective Services found me a new home and I grew up in a loving environment, I found that, like my estranged father, I too have a love of cooking. And though I love my adopted parents like I was their own flesh and blood, I've also come to love my actual blood parents. So much so that I've named my restaurant after them. So come on down to my actual blood parents. Closed until further notice.
Well, thank you so much, Lucas. Joe Jonas. If you like what you saw there, you can find more from their web comedy series, Trying My Best, at tryingmybest.tv. Check it out, the link is below. And I really hope we improve our sponsors for next week. Seriously, get on to that. Now it's time for our next act.
Thanks, Andrew, and now it's time for my pick of the week. This artist is a comedian, rock singer, and cabaret megastar, and tonight she's on our show. Her act is just incredible. I love it. Over 1 month of time and effort has gone into producing this, and tonight you get to see it for yourself. I love the song. I can't get it out of my head, not to mention the little people. They're adorable. Please welcome Geraldine Quinn.
3 train lines and a couple of buses and a scooter till I get to you. 3 train lines and a couple of buses and a scooter till I get to you. Her name was Renee. She lived in a share house in the east. Her hair was blonde and blinding as her piercings and her teeth. A world away. Dean had a flat But she said, no, you live on the other side. The road to Narrow Warren's long. He said, where's that? She said, past standing on. But something about it felt right. So we looked in her eyes and he said that night, it's only 3 train lines and a couple of buses and a scooter till I get to you. 3 train lines and a couple of buses and a scooter till I get to you. 3 train lines and a couple of buses and a scooter till I get to you. 3 train lines and a couple of buses and a scooter till I get to you. They get online and stay up chatting to all hours. A waste of time, her girlfriend said. Just take Steve from Carrum Downs. He said, baby, public transport's trying to dictate what we do. I got love in my heart and a fist full of men, 'cause nothing's keeping me away from you. I don't care if it's hot or wet, or punctuality's at 10%. I'm always there for you, right or wrong. I'd even love you if you move out to Geelong. 3 train lines and a couple of buses and a scooter till I get to you. It's only 3 train lines and a couple of buses and a scooter till I get to you. It's only 3 train lines and a couple of buses, and then I get on the scooter and make my way to you. It's only 3 train lines and a couple of buses and a scooter till I get to you. 3 train lines and a couple of buses and a scooter till I get to you. It's only 3 train lines and a couple of buses. It's only 3 train lines. Nothing's gonna keep me away from you except the Saturday timetable.
Three train lines and a couple of buses and dividend. Right back to you. Oh, sorry. See, didn't I tell you it was magnificent? Thanks, Geraldine and all your team for sending that through to us. If you'd like to be on Wallace's Pick of the Week, send in your tapes and this could be you. Thanks for that masterpiece. Back to you, Andrew.
Yeah. Well, excuse me, folks. We have just had word from our national news that the President of the United States of America, you've probably heard of him, he has given advice to all citizens of the United States that drinking a bottle of Corona can, in fact, thoroughly reduce your chance of contracting coronavirus. So we've got one there. Thank you very much. I believe the words he used were something along the lines of the antibodies in the corona can build up your immunities and stop you getting the virus. So I think we should probably take his advice. I can't do it. Excuse me, but it's just for health and safety. Oh God, this is disgusting. Eating really well. I have quit the grog. Do you have to drink that bit or it's just the beer? Oh God, I think that's made me feel worse. You need the phone. We probably don't need that anymore, do I? Oh shit. Oh. Well, Just doing what we're told, folks. Now it's time for our next act. Oh. No, it really hurts. You could have probably done it a bit better. Oh. I think that'll do. Oh, really, it will start to be blood everywhere. Oh. Oh, I'm feeling pretty peaceful. So our next act tonight comes from the delightfully deluded yet fabulous cabaret star Tina Del Twist. Now it's very exciting to have Tina on the show. She is isolating on her own, I believe, and decided to send in this tape, and I have no idea what it's about. She just posted it in, and we're going to play it. So without further ado, Tina Del Twist.
Is it on? I don't think it's on. I just try again. Is it on? Is it on? Are you there? Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. Are you there, darling? Hello? I'm wondering if anyone's there. I was in the toilet about 3 weeks ago, I think it was, and when I came out, the pub was shut. I was doing a gig here, and I think they forgot about me, but that's fine. I've been just topping up my wine, but unfortunately I'm really out of wine, and I need someone to come and serve me. Can you please help me? Anyway, I've been trying to play some pool, actually, while I've been having this quality time on my own. I've got the pool table here. Just been helpful. There's no balls! Where did all the balls go? I mean, everything's fine. Like, it's been really fine. I've been having a very good time. And, at night time, when it gets a bit cold, I've just been going over to the, so just come with me to the open fireplace. Just over here. It's been really helpful at the fireplace. I just don't know how to make the fire happen. Can someone help me? Is there a switch? I don't know how to make the fire, make it work, something. I just need someone to help me. I need someone to come and serve me. Please come and help me and serve me from the... Is it on?
Thank you very much, Tina Del Twist, for sending that in for us. I've just had word that Tina has been let out of the pub and has moved into the bottle shop next door. So that's some positive news. Thank you so much for being on the show, Tina, and sending your tape in. And I wish you all the best for the rest of quarantine and life. Now it is time for our final performance of the evening, and don't go anywhere because we have an Australian star of stage and screen. Christie Whelan Browne has sent the tape in for us tonight to run you all through her average day in quarantine, and maybe you can take some inspiration and advice about how to get through yours. Without further ado, here is Christie Whelan Browne.
Morning. How are you guys doing?
Just feeling really good today. Just woke up feeling really light. Already done my 5K.
Yeah, pop over. Toilet paper, whatever.
It's next door. No, I'm not answering.
Let us know if you need anything. We're just here.
It's just good to feel good about yourself.
You smell like a bin.
Pop on a lip. I just feel like this time is going to be so good for all of us.
I don't know what's wrong. I just feel like shit.
I have a quick green smoothie and I'll be ready for the 8 a.m. Zoom Pilates. You know, just slow down. Just read a book. If you could punch one person, who would it be? Okay, so I've got Zooms booked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I could do a late drink Zoom on Thursday at 8:30. Croissant. But it couldn't go for too long because I've got an early breakfast Zoom on Friday. I cannot take another Zoom! Kale is yummy. Croissant. 2 Vita wheat with just a scraping of hummus. And that's just 10 calories. Double quarter pounder, baby. Can't beat it. Fills you up. Babe, I was just thinking how lucky I am to be in isolation with you. I just cannot stand him for one more second. But freaking. Like, you make me laugh. We have the best time. God, he's lurking around down the hallway. I love you. Fuck off. Papillon. Just be grateful for everything we've got, you know? Because 2020 is a waste of time! Just take stock.
He's dead. You wouldn't let him on the door.
Thank you so much, Christie Whelan Browne. What a national treasure. Thank you so much for being on our show tonight. Oh, yeah, I know. You felt that too. Well, thank you so much to you, the audience, for being here. Oh, I'm just sorry, I've lost it. For being here to watch episode 3 tonight. Thank you to all of our incredible performers for being on the show. We appreciate you so much. If you would like to show your support and appreciation, please donate to the links below this video. Wow, what a ride we've been on tonight. Thank you so much just to everybody for being here. And please take care of each other. Be safe and show some love during quarantine. Thank you. Good night. Love you all. See you next episode. If you'd like to be on the show, send your tapes in. Join the family. Cheers. Good night. What she said about the exercise.